back to the world famous, top rated in the universe podcast, The Porch. Facts. It's your boy Jake. We got Christian, Mason, Logan, Gordon.
Woo!
The whole fucking squad. That's right.
All 5 of the boys.
KG couldn't make it.
That's facts. Our guest, he'll have to hold off for a different time. Jake, when you said that made me think. You said like world's best or like world like universal top podcast. It is so funny how many things you see out there that are like always say like world's #1 or like they're like critically acclaimed #1 movie of the summer. But then like the next advertisement is like #1 movie of the summer. You're like, wait a second. Why are there 2 #1 movies of the summer? Like who's deciding this? Because technically, couldn't I make a movie, call it the #1 movie of the summer, and then someone could just say, yo, this movie's #1 movie of the summer. And then like at the very bottom, they could have said, vote down by Gordon Thornsberry.
Voted on by one person.
Voted. they get like the deep voice, like voted. USA's #1 movie of the summer. And then at the bottom, it just says my name, voted on by. Yo, we might have just cracked the system. Wait a second. We're on the
technically, we are.
So
rated
no,
podcast.
We're #1 rated because we're the top viewed podcast in the history of life.
That's a stretch.
That is not a stretch. I firmly believe that.
Yeah, we turned down a guest. Some people have been looking to get on the podcast. We just turned down Donald Trump.
Williams.
Who else was it? X was looking to get on. we decided
Robin
like,
Williams.
Like DMX. Whoa, Robin Williams.
Whoa, bro. What the hell is
Oh,
wrong with you?
pause.
But Robin Williams.
I was talking about
DMX, dude.
I was talking about X
I think.
Oh no, I was talking about the rapper. That's what I was talking about.
Like WWE?
No, I was talking about XX. How do you even say it? Tentacion?
Oh my God. Take it from the #1 fanboy.
Take it from the #1 fanboy. Whoa, bro. You trying to turn episode 9 into the sexual one? Let's get crazy tonight.
Sexy.
Bro, what are your responses right now? What the
fuck? Everyone that didn't just wreck their car when hearing that, big ups.
Yeah, big ups.
They probably your shit too.
And that brings us to our first sponsor.
Toilet paper. Charmin. Get your booty right.
Wow. All right, well, that was supposed to be the second sponsor, but we'll throw them in.
Fuck yeah. It works, bro.
All right. Enough of this bullarchy, man. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get y'all motherfuckers thinking tonight. So this is and I didn't say some dumb shit. Like I didn't say something that's stupid, like but nah, for real. So I wanted to bring you guys to like a little bit of a thought experiment. Me and Jake heard this on a podcast. What's the name of it? What's the name of it, Jake?
Philosophize
This by Stephen West. This guy's fucking crazy to listen to. Like he'll literally have you questioning every move.
No free shout outs.
I'll give a free shout out to this guy because he's lit. But
that's true.
Dude, this podcast, if you listen to it, it'll make you start thinking like no other. Every decision you make in life, you'll be like, ooh, wait a second. Was that really the right decision to make there? Or maybe. But this just come to one of the thought experiments that I think, like, honestly, in my, like, 21 years of living, like, it really made me think to the point I was like, holy shit, like, okay, maybe the decisions I make aren't just so cut clear. Like, there is something behind them, and it's just fun to think about why you make a decision, rather than just seeing the outcome of something and just be like, okay, it's that. Like, I don't have to have a reason for it. But it kind of brings it to this. I'm going to do my best to explain this. Hopefully I get it across. We'll see until Logan asks me 3 times in. Yo, what'd you say? Wait.
Explain that one more time. 2 more times.
All right.
And you guys have probably heard it too.
Yeah, I mean, maybe.
I've heard it multiple times, but the second part is what I haven't
heard. Okay.
Go ahead, Gordon. Try to explain.
So basically, picture this. Mason, Logan, person at home listening to this. Picture you are you're leading like a train conductor, like a trolley car conductor. You're the one leading that thing, and You see up ahead. Well, the trolley car goes like it breaks. You no longer. Oh my gosh!
Speaking
of the
a
devil,
trolley
bro.
car.
You want me to
Take over, Jake.
All right. So here's the scenario. Wait, no, I'm kidding.
What?
I was gonna pretend like I didn't know what to say. But anyways, there's you're in a trolley car, bro. You're conducting it, like the little train things.
Yeah.
And up ahead, you see 5 people on the track, and they can't move. Like they literally can't get out of the way. So it's like no matter what, you're gonna run over them. They're all gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like it's inevitable. Can't stop it. Last second, you notice that there's a lever you can pull. You know how you can split tracks? Like you can switch tracks on a trolley car.
Yeah.
There'll be a little turn. You can do that, but on this new track is one person. It's one guy by himself, but he's gonna die. He's gonna die too, no matter what. So what do you do?
How many did you say was on the first track?
There's 5 people on the first track.
Oh, okay.
There's one person on the next track. No matter what, whatever you do, either 5 people or one person is gonna die. Are you gonna pull the lever?
And you don't know anything about these people.
Yeah, it's just
you know nothing. They're just people.
Last minute thing. Like last minute, you see 5 random people.
Okay.
One random person.
So
you can pull a lever.
The 5 people are like rob or shit, and I'm killing like a priest.
You
don't
know nothing.
So listen,
you don't know nothing about these
basically, all right, so take it back like this. Those 5 people, the one person, you genuinely have no idea. Like you are just living your normal life. You've never came in contact with them. You will never know their names. You will never know anything about them after you kill them. You'll never know their family members. You'll never know anything about them. That is 5 random people, and there's one person over there. After you run them over, your trolley car is going to continue going. You will have no connection to these people. You don't need any information about them. All you need to know is there's 5 people on this track, and there's one person on the other track. What do you do?
I think I picked the one person.
Okay, Mason, would you say probably the same thing?
Yeah, I would totally pick the one person over the 5 people for sure.
Okay, so basically, whenever I heard that, I had the same exact thought. But also, in the back of my mind, because I wasn't just like content with that. I was like, yo, I really want to see like why, like there has to be some reason. But then there's another thought process to this. Okay, so picture now, you're no longer the trolley car. You're no longer the guy running the trolley car. There's someone else doing it. The same situation happens, but you're on a bridge over top of this same situation. You see the 5 people. You see the one person. You see a trolley car that's heading right for the 5 people. Okay, you have you painted out this situation?
Yeah.
Okay, you're standing over top on a bridge overlooking this. You see that this trolley car is heading right towards these 5 people. You cannot yell to them. I know it's a bit of a stretch, but this is why you really got to open up your imagination here. There's a guy next to you, a super fat guy next to you. You can push him over this bridge to alert the 5 people to get out of the way. Like you can push, like this will, with this move you can do here, you'll be able to push this trolley to go the other way to kill this one person rather than the 5.
No, it's only one track.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it is one track. But
you kill the fat guy in the process of.
Yeah, that's that. Thank you. All right. So listen, the one track, 5 people on the track. The only way you can alert the people on this track is if you push this fat guy over the edge. What do you do?
The fat guy dies. The 5 people get off the track.
Can I answer this? Do I have to do this?
Yes. Yes. Well, no. Wait, no. You don't have to push the fat guy.
Yeah, no, you don't have to push.
But the 5 people will die.
But
okay,
it's a guaranteed fact that if you push the fat guy,
the 5 people will get out of the way.
No matter what, 100%.
It's a guarantee.
It's a guarantee. It's 100%. It's 100%.
This is just the.
It's a thought experiment. So you really got to take everything for like.
Okay, if I look at it as like the 5 people are on the tracks and they know they're on train tracks and they deserve it.
They don't.
No, bro. You
Okay,
don't think about it like that.
Don't think
Okay. Yeah, then I'm gonna push the fat guy over and save 5 people.
So okay. So you
But then
think
again, I'm thinking like, damn, I'm pushing an innocent guy,
yeah. So
but
that
they're also
Exactly.
innocent too.
What
so
about Mason?
yeah, Mason. What do you think?
I think I've changed my mind. I don't think I'd push the fat guy anymore.
See, perfect. This is where
Agree.
I started to think, and then this next thing, Mason, will make you like you're like, oh, wait a second. Back to the first scenario. Logan's it kind of doesn't do as much because he is pretty much saying like he values 5 over 1 rather than taking like charge into something. So like Mason, listen to this. Back to the lever scenario. You know how that this track and this trolley was going on like you didn't break it. You did nothing wrong.
You're just doing your
You
job.
were just doing your job, and it's going on this track to kill these 5 people. This was never going to be your fault. You had no fault in this. But once you pull that lever to make it turn into one person, you just took someone's innocent life that was just standing there. Was never going to get hit by this. But once you took charge and pulled that lever and put that trolley onto that track, you just took someone completely out of harm's way and put them to a death sentence. So what's the difference between that and pushing the fat guy?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm so confused.
Okay, so you pushed the fat guy, or you didn't push the fat guy because you're like, oh, I'm not gonna push him onto the track and put him in harm's way. But who's to say that the single person wasn't out of harm's way? What makes him different than the fat guy? Like he was just standing on the track. He was never gonna get hit until you pulled the lever to make sure that he was the one to die.
Wait, what single person?
All right, listen.
Back to the
Think
track.
about in the beginning.
The track.
When he said this.
There's 5 people on one on the other. The train is going towards the 5, but you can pull a lever to make it go towards the 1. You opted in to pulling the lever
Because you valued five lives over 1.
Oh yeah, no, but then I looked at it in a different perspective. See, I see what you're.
Yeah, so that's what that's the weirdest thing about it. It's like some people will just say, okay, why am I gonna push? Like, okay, I'm not gonna push some guy over the edge. Like that puts me at fault. Like I'm killing an innocent life. But you're doing the same exact thing when you pull that lever. You're taking someone that was completely out of harm's way. You had no business. Like it was not going to be your fault if these 5 people died. But once you take that lever and you pull it towards that guy that was out of harm's way completely, no chance of dying, you've done the same thing as pushing a fat guy over the edge. So then
I think it's just the concept of
the
how you're
same
killing
if it
them.
was different. Like if I thought about it in a different way.
Yeah.
All right, Logan. How about this? Same situation. But you can pull a lever and it'll catapult the dude instead of you pushing him physically. So it's you're just pulling the same type of lever. Let's say it's the same exact lever that's in the trolley car, except for it's on top of the bridge now, and it shoots this fat guy out of a catapult.
Well, my answer's still the same.
Yeah, you were gonna push the fat guy over no matter what.
Yeah, well, Mason, would that be different for you if you instead of just actually pushing that guy, so you just press a button?
I would resort to it not being in the end, it not being my fault.
Yeah, that's how I am. For some reason, like I don't want to put myself in the position that I'm making like a serious change. Like I'm the one killing an innocent person. I'm the one, but then again, like technically, I'm killing 5 people by not doing anything.
Yeah, you're still at fault. It's
but
weird.
I feel more obligation. Like I feel more. I would say, like I felt like I had more control if I made a change. But then again, knowing that I had the chance to make change and not making change is almost a fault in itself.
A man can change the world.
That's true. And I think, because I brought this up to my stepdad too, and he was, when I was saying if you could kill the 5 people or whatever, like he picked the 1, and then we ended up getting into the conversation like, you not doing anything would you guys say it would be like the morally right thing? Was that like kind of like the end thing? If like you not doing anything and killing the 5 because you're not really at fault?
Yeah, see, like that's
because you never.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I kind of said that, but he brought up the point that like you have the decision to pull the lever and save 5 people, and if you don't do that, your inaction
Yeah,
to pull the lever and save the 5 would be just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah, it being an inaction is literally an action itself. Like it is. But it just makes you think. Like, what do you really like, Jake? Jake. You seem to be like someone that like you always say the lever, right? Like you would not pull the lever. You don't want to put that in your hands.
Yeah.
So like,
I wouldn't pull it.
Yeah. So you don't feel like any like you wouldn't feel like any remorse, like knowing that you could have made change but decided not to.
No, because how I view it is like the universe is, or you could say just the universe is what made. I mean, you could say like, oh, the maintenance crew is what made the trolley break or whatever you want to say it. All I know is I'm not the reason the trolley broke, so I'm not going to be the reason.
But
that I pulled a lever, because then it goes back onto me.
Yeah.
But you could say the inaction too. But even if you say the inaction, what if the one person you're killing is the future president?
Facts. But all right,
I'm saying, like, I don't know what this one person's capable of. I don't. So
I mean, but
who's
that
to
also
say that
goes
the
for
one who's to say that the 5 people are, more important than the one person?
I wanted to go back to what you said before, saying about like if I didn't mess it up, why should I be the one to say what happens next? Like, what can I do to fix it? Then it also takes to what Stephen West also said in that podcast, which was, if everyone took the same action as I did in this situation, what would our world be like? What if our world was like, hey, I didn't fuck this up, I'm not going to do anything to fix it? Where will we be?
That's true.
Dude, it's so weird. It really is fucking fun to think.
Who's to say that you not
all of our viewers
not wanting to be like the one that kills the person? Who's to say that's a mess up?
Dude, no one's to say. You're to say. This is your life. This is your universe.
I think of a mess up, I think of a human error.
Yeah.
It's not a human error for me not to pull the lever.
But
that's just a decision.
I don't know, but like I don't know, but I take that the thought, like, I mean, really, what would our world be like if there was everyone out there saying like, yo, I didn't, like, all right, so say something breaks and it's yours. You're like, well, I didn't break. Or like, it's something breaks and it's not, and it wasn't your fault or whatever. And you're like, oh, what in the world? I didn't break this. I'm not gonna fix this. Something never gets fixed. It's never used again. It's no good. So like, I don't know. It's weird to think. Like, I don't know. I sometimes I think inaction is also is an action itself. In that situation, I think I literally am so on the edge with this thing. I literally, every time I think about it, I switch. Today, I'm gonna go with I still wouldn't touch the lever. I wouldn't push the fat man. I'm
pulling the lever.
You're pulling the lever?
Yeah, I'm pulling the lever, even though the fat man, it makes me think I'm doing something shitty. Yeah, but I'm still gonna pull the lever.
And you're gonna push the fat man or no?
Well, if I'm gonna pull the lever, I'm gonna essentially push the fat man as well.
Well, not essentially. But I mean, they're kind of different, but because some people that don't think. Deep, yeah, some people that don't think, bro. Like, that's the one thing. Sometimes you'll ask this question to someone, and they'll give you an answer like, "Well, duh, I'm gonna pull the lever." Like, okay, it's one person. Then they're like, "All right, would you push the fat man?" Like, "No, I'm not gonna push the fat man." I'm like, "Bro, why don't you just think about it?" Like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, yeah, whatever." But I mean, you're the thing. So, like, you're saying pull the lever and push the fat man, or no?
I think if I'm doing one, I'm gonna have to do the other. Like, because if I don't,
I agree.
You know, I'm just kind of disagreeing with myself. But I don't know. I feel like it comes down to how the person views like human death or like human potential. Because I could see everyone saying, or most people would say, you know, save the 1.5. You know, just because it's more people, less people, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think if you go down to the point where we're talking about like human potential, like Jake said, the one dude could have been the fucking president. In the situation, we don't know that.
So, I mean, if you go to like person could have been the president, technically, isn't there a better percentage that one of the 5 could have been president rather than the one?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to bring up. I was going to say it comes down to like that type of probability. So the reason why I'd save the one person, because there's a higher probability that out of the 5 people, one of those people knows the cure to cancer or whatever.
Yeah.
Over the one. So I think that's why
But
I would.
the
choose
thing
to
is, in that,
one.
if you put yourself in that scenario, you will definitely never know who the fuck you're about to kill. Like you're not gonna have any. It's not like you're gonna get like a. What is the thing you get before? Like you go in, you're not gonna get like a background info about these guys. Like, okay, let's see, this guy's done this. It's just gonna come down to it. You're gonna see 5 people up there. You're gonna see 1 person over there. You're gonna think, oh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? You're not gonna be looking at them. You're not gonna be making preconceived judgments.
Yeah. No, exactly. No, that's true. I agree with that. Even in that situation, I'd still pick the one.
Yeah.
But I think if you really look at it, from the outside, like how we're doing now, the whole experiment, and you just base it on kind of probability. I mean, there had to be so many factors be into play, like probability wise, because you'd have to take the probability of like where you're at in the country, incomes or whatever. Like it could go so deep. So then, to your actual decision.
Then, say the 5 people they each make $100K a year. Say the 1 person makes $40K a year. Do we value like? Can we make? That's the only 2 things does that change? Would that change anything?
That's it. That we just know how much they
make. Like, maybe some like certain things, like okay, like blah 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 is a doctor, blah 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 says, and then say this other guy's a teacher. Do we like start to like make decisions based on that, or do we treat humans as one-on-one? Every human is one, or are doctors and people in power are they 1.25, and then people that are working at McDonald's are they 0.75?
I think in a perfect world we would all view each other equally.
Yes.
But I could definitely see in our exact situation, people definitely value a doctor more than they do a McDonald's worker.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Like that's just the reality.
Technically speaking, that seems wrong. But I feel like I almost think the same way. Like even though it might, in a sense, be wrong to think of someone as dude, I don't even know now. Like I see that. I don't know. I don't like to put a certain human over someone, no matter just because they've done something or they know something more. Like I try not to.
Yeah.
But if someone so say you're in a situation like this, there's a 25-year-old doctor and there's a 25-year-old factory worker standing right in front of you. You have 1 bullet. You have a gun to the back of your head. Which one do you kill?
Fuck. I'm in the factory. I feel bad saying it.
Yeah. So then, like
that sucks. That sucks. But I mean, I don't know. I think that's just how society has us like hardwired.
Does that make us like bad humans though? That we aren't treating everyone equal? Like,
in a sense, yeah.
Yeah, I would
say
so.
Up.
But Mason, Logan, Jake, who would you guys kill in that scenario?
Definitely agree with Christian.
Well, okay, so it was between the factory and
it's a factory worker and a doctor. I'm not saying some fucking crazy ass doctor. I'm saying just your doctor.
What's the age difference?
No, they're both 25.
I think the most logical answer would obviously be the doctor, but I think a doctor more people would go to school for, and like a factory job, not a lot of people would want to do it. If you look at it in like a different sense, besides like a lot of people do factory jobs.
Just the work itself.
Yeah, that's another thing. You can take this from so many different ways. You could take it from, okay, a doctor's going to help more people in a day, but a factory worker maybe not.
Like that's what makes America work.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But are we just basing? Are we just basing life
America.
off? Are we just basing like how we judge a human life based off what America wants us to think? Like, it just seems.
What's more important to society? I would say obviously a doctor.
Yeah, this is a society that was put upon us.
The question is, what's the importance of society? Is the overall question.
Yeah, like.
I would say to like obviously evolve and I don't know, like I don't want to say produce more, but like just evolve, I guess, would be the best. But like it could go both ways. Like a doctor, you're improving health and lifespan, and then like a factory, you're improving like technology and like industrial, like shit like that.
Who fucking knows? Hopefully, we're never in one of these situations.
I'm just gonna go.
Shoot them both.
I'm just kidding.
Hopefully, one of those bullets were in your, like on yourself or something. There, that was messed up. Okay, but I also touched on this, and I wanted to bring it back up when Jake was talking about this. Is another thing I heard listening to that podcast, which also literally opened my mind to the fucking world. It said, if everyone did what you did, how would the world look? So, one example he brought up is say you just finished a piece of like a candy bar. You have the trash in your hand. You're standing by the gas pump. You're about to get in your car, but you don't want to go throw it away. You throw it on the ground. That doesn't seem too bad. It doesn't seem too bad at all. But what if? How many people are in the fucking world? I don't even know. All right, first off,
almost like 8 billion.
what if 8 billion people at once took that exact same action that I did right there? The world would be fucking disgusting. Like, it would be literally disgusting. So that makes you think, like, when I make decisions, if everyone were to make the same decision, same action as me, what would it look like? Like, just think about that with every decision you make. If the whole world were to light up a joint right when you light up a joint and smoke, would it be better? Would it be worse? I think it'd be worse, but because I don't think we can have everyone in the entire world high at once. But does that really make it bad? Just because so then it just makes you think like, okay, well, if I'm doing this and everyone were to start doing this, would that be better? Would that be worse? Do I need to stop doing this because of that?
True.
I don't know. I feel like there's so much gray area between all that stuff.
Dude, the gray areas are the best areas.
There's a lot of situational things that just cloud the overall meaning behind that.
Situational is like what I like situational. I like situational thoughts. I like different decisions based off different like aspects.
Outcomes.
Yeah, like I mean, you have to treat situations differently, and it seems to be that like that's why like morals, people talk them as being objective. Like there's some morals that seem objective. Morals are not objective. They're subjective. Like they're subjective to so many different things. But there are some people out there that are so stuck in these like an objective lifestyle. Don't want to think about anything. They want to stick to what they've been doing. It just seems so fucked up when you just don't think a bit about the decisions you make and the outcomes it could have on whatever it may be.
Hey, we can thank religion for that. So
yep. Fucking huge ups. Fucking the Bible. Thanks.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure I was roasting the Bible in the car the other day with Jake, but I don't remember what I was saying when we were driving back from New Orleans. Oh,
well, there's plenty of things to say.
Dude, I'm trying to think of some of the things I was saying. I was getting so frustrated.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
I don't know. It's just funny how like plain it is. Like, thou shalt not kill. Like, okay.
Oh, dude, I was saying,
thou shalt not kill what?
And like I was saying, like how they take everything so literally until it doesn't fit their agenda. Like they're like, okay, they read something and they're like, oh, well, we got to live by this, and then you're like, wait, but it says like all sins are equal. They're like, well, but that's not what he really meant. They're like, well, I mean, there's some that are. So then, how are you gonna say that? Like you were there, like sitting there in the booth with him as he writing this shit up. Like, no.
In the booth?
Like, y'all want to take this shit like word for word, but then when word for word don't look good for you, you're like, but
yeah, exactly.
Speak for them.
Fucking facts.
It just really. Also, I mean, like, I get mad that the U.S. we still work on laws that were written by homies back when like they didn't even have teeth or something like that. Like, I'm pretty sure homies literally rocked yellow teeth willingly. The U.S. we still really rock with the Constitution. That's fucked.
Yeah.
First off, then that's only like what 200 years ago, I think. I don't even know. And there's still some people out there that are looking back to the Bible that was written what? If it is a thing and it was a real thing, if that's all true.
It's been revised so many goddamn times.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, seriously, revised.
It's been taking fucking thousands of years.
I just don't understand how we can revise something that's supposedly written by the fucking I don't know, bro. It just really confuses
You're
me.
triggering so many people.
If you're still listening and you want to fight me, go ahead. You'll probably win. Not a big guy.
God of the Bible is just so silly.
And
dude.
Yeah, we really don't want to get into the Old Testament.
But a good point on
Yeah.
that.
Talking about
Like if you do get offended, that's on you. You know what I mean? Like you shouldn't let your biases and opinions cloud your judgment so much to where you actually get angry when you hear somebody say something.
Facts.
Like you should be able to listen to it and say, okay.
Dude, that's another thing. Like
It's just weird once people get angry.
Yeah. I'm at fault for that too. Like, bro, there's sometimes that I've noticed something that I want to start getting better at, like, hearing the other sides of things, because I mean it is interesting and I feel like I could learn something and maybe even change my mind on some things. But bro, sometimes it's hard to hear someone talk about the other side of something whenever you fucking disagree out your ass. Like you're just like, "Oh my god, shut up. I want to fucking headbutt you." And just don't even give them the chance.
I definitely give people the chance that are arguing.
Yeah,
that make good claims.
Yeah, but
I'm
why are you to say? Who are you to say that was a good claim?
Okay, well, for instance, somebody that takes the Bible literally, I can't take them seriously. I really can't. Just because of, not because Christians just so hardcore in his fucking beliefs. It's just like this claim that they're trying to impose on me is so ridiculous. Based on all the shit that I know, I don't even want to get into it. It's that ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I listen to like political shit. I like to hear the other side of arguments, just because that shit's not as ridiculous as
it's not as
fucking
like
Adam and Eve. I don't know.
And I don't know. I like to see proof of stuff, and when I think back to like Christianity and whatnot, it's just like a lot of, what is it, like belief. I mean, power to you. If that's what you want to rock with, bro, rock with it. Lean with it, rock with it,
do you
die with it. I don't care. But me, I'm not a person that rocks on belief. Like I can trust. I would say trust, but you earn trust. Like if I'm gonna have belief in you, like if I can trust you, that's different. There's no way that God's going to come back and get my trust. Like, he's not done anything for me to believe and trust. Like, it's never happened to me. Some people say they have some situations where they feel like now they're like, oh, I felt his presence, or oh, I believe now.
You can't say it like that, bro.
Why?
I mean, like, because like you're saying it's okay. Like, if you want to believe like that, you can believe that, like mocking it in a way. Like, it's like what Bill Nye literally says it perfectly. Like, it's okay if you want to believe in that, like, that's fine. But like in a classroom, things like that, like you shouldn't talk about it because it's faith.
Yeah, all right. But if someone wants to believe with it, I'm not going to sit there and like, all right, if I argue with someone about it, end of the day, I'm not going to say, yo, bro, just be me, just come be an agnostic or whatever, or blah, 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 blah. Stop believing. End of the day, I'm going to leave that and I'll be like, all right, bro. I mean, that's you. Like, if I make fun of it, who cares? I make fun of like how people do things all the time. Everyone does. But I'm saying, end of the day, I do not care what you end up doing. If I make fun of it, that doesn't mean I care at all. I'm just fucking playing with some fun.
Asshole.
I am not a nice person to everyone. That is not me, and it won't be me. It's just
that brings us to our next sponsor.
The
Swipe,
Bible.
hot or not.
Tinder. The Bible app. Swipe through your favorite pages. No, I'm messing.
Oh my God.
But
I don't know. I think that comes with being agnostic too, because I'm pretty sure all of us in here, Logan, I don't know, you're kind of on the fence, would consider themselves agnostic.
Pushing me down.
Yeah, bro, Logan, I want you to step in here and say some shit, bro. Let's go at it.
I mean, like.
No, I really don't want to go at it about this. It is a tough thing. It's hard to defend, and it's hard for us to counter because Like when someone says like, okay, well, I just believe in this. I'm like, why? They're like, I just do. I'm like, well, fuck, that's it. We got nowhere else to go.
Yeah, and that was the point I was like kind of trying to make. Like since most of us are agnostic, you know, I would assume that we all came to that conclusion based off like the evidence that we see around us, which is like, yeah, God might be real. Like there's a chance. There's no way that we can prove it or disprove it. But it's just the likeliness that he or she or it isn't real is just so much higher than it's real.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you can't tell people that you know what I mean? Like if someone wants to believe in fucking Jesus, you know, I can't tell them, hey, you're wrong for doing that just because
I have no proof.
It might be true.
It might be
true.
I'm still giving it a chance.
So what if you think like the evidence and the proof that we've known? What if we don't think of God as like as a Jesus? You know what I mean? As like the evidence we have on Earth and capable of like understanding. So what if like as like a giant spectrum universe and like what? Because I think we had this talk a lot like a year or two ago. It was between I think it was me, Christian, and Jake. Like you guys didn't believe that you had a right?
What?
Your voice is cutting out just a tad bit.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. For now.
You said that I don't believe that we have.
What?
All right. Logan is having some technical difficulties. We will hopefully get him. Does anyone know this? Like the stories talking about? He said something about talking.
I don't know. Yeah, so we have something like a soul. Is he talking about a soul? I don't know.
But
I couldn't even decipher that.
Going back to what I was about to say is like, yeah, I'm not an atheist. Like I'm not. I don't even think I'm close to one. I don't like to put anything at 0%. So when I say like I'm an agnostic I don't even like putting a label on anything. But I mean, I guess technically that is what like I would put myself as, because it just seems crazy to me. And like I said, I don't work on like belief. I like to work on like evidence a bit. I don't like to believe in things. But I mean, like I said, power to you if you feel like that's your thing. How am I going to prove you otherwise? At the end of the day, you might be right, and maybe I will die one day, and I will see it's all real. I'll be like, damn, bruh, I was wrong. Like, I'll take that one on the chin.
Facts. And I think honestly, the likeliness that one of the human-made gods is so fucking slim. I mean, especially if there's like aliens out there, which I'm sure there are. You know, they are not going to have the same gods as us. There's no way.
Yeah.
Now, if they did have the same god, then I'd probably believe in that god because that'd be insane.
Yeah, that guy would be a G.
But yeah, I don't know who the fuck that god is, but I'm saying the likeliness that one of the human gods being that actual thing, I don't think is very likely at all. I think if God was real, it would be something that I don't think there'd be like a religion around it. It wouldn't be something that, I don't know. It's just like past our comprehension. I don't know. And that's just God, period. But I don't think it's going to be a God based off any type of religion that is on the planet.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, I agree with that. Logan, I've brought you back in here. Would you like to give it another go with what you were saying before, my G? Well done. Still nothing from him.
Well done.
We'll cut to our third sponsor, Dragons. Dragons.
Shout out Dragons.
Oh my. But Mason.
We're back
Yeah.
in.
All right, Logan is back, and he has said that he is here to tell his story. Go ahead, buddy.
Is my voice cutting out?
No, you are fine.
No.
Just talk,
Okay,
bruh.
sorry guys. I got stuck in
A very important business meeting.
Yes, Elon Musk was building a tunnel.
Oh, you got stuck in a wormhole.
There's no reception.
Wormhole.
No receptions near tunnels.
So Jake and Christian, if I remember, like a year or two ago, they didn't believe in souls. Like people had souls.
Soul. Okay.
It's just Am I right? Am I on the right track?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys believe? Okay. So like I think that like a soul is like something like a personality and what makes you who you are. So like I don't really think of a soul as like a bright glowing orange ball in your chest.
Like a physical thing.
Yeah, I think of it as like you. Like every person is a soul, and that's
So-
who you
So
are.
isn't that like a consciousness? though?
So that's not a soul.
So yeah, you're just using the word soul to describe human behavior.
But like not all human behavior is the same. Like everyone is
I didn't
different.
say that.
What?
I didn't say it was all the same.
I didn't say you said that.
I didn't say
Why
that
did-
either
when
of
you
you guys
said
said
that-
that.
I didn't say that.
You didn't respond to my initial point to where I said
know.
I know.
souls
No, I'm
is
saying
is
you
a
said
word
it's-
for human behavior.
Yeah, you said human behavior, like it's a word for it. And I don't think it's a word that you can describe all human behavior because every person has different human behavior.
Yeah, I mean,
I know, but
he's not
what I'm
encompassing
saying
the
is
entire...
your human behavior is clearly different than my human behavior, as it is clearly different to the human behavior of somebody in the 1930s. Like obviously, it's all different.
Basically, but the way the,
It's
the
not
thing that
it's not an umbrella term.
My point was that you're using the word soul to define human behavior.
like it almost seems like you're calling like a soul like a human consciousness. Like it's like a human
Yeah.
consciousness.
Like I just think of like who you are. Like whenever someone's like for example, when like someone comes up to you and they're like super bright and like you know what I mean, you're like, wow, dude, like you hear people saying like use the adjective like, wow, they have a beautiful soul. When like usually that person's like super happy, you know, they're nice, they're kind. They seem like, you know, super interested in who they're talking to, and you know what I mean? Is that have you never heard anyone say that?
I mean, some people take that literally. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
Yeah,
not
but
like a physical soul
I
in
know.
your
But
body.
before you go on, Logan, you do realize that right before they came in that door, just before that, they could have been pissed off, not as bright. That's something else different.
I mean, yeah, I could go either way. You're right.
I
Yeah.
just think it's all in the same context of just you
But-
trying to replace a word.
So when I hear soul, when I said that I don't think that people have souls, I'm talking about the soul that is a physical
Yeah, that's what I meant too.
manifestation of like you as like a being or whatever. That when you die, it's gonna go to heaven. I don't believe in that. What you're saying is what Jake and Gordon were like, the human conscious subjectively
Personality.
for each person. So yeah, if you word it like that, then yes, then I believe in a soul because everyone has a fucking conscience. But that's not the soul that I was originally talking about.
Okay.
That that reminds me of this thing I was thinking about. Do you really know like who you are?
Nope.
Because okay, I agree. I agree first off. But in case no one understands what I really mean by that, like for example, when you go to work, you know, you think you are who you are, but you're not who you are. You're who your work wants you to be. You know what I mean? Like if your work wants you to be good at this, you're going to be good at this. Or if your work wants you to be polite, you're going to be polite. So on and so
True.
forth. So like when you're at work, you're not really who you are. You're who your work wants you to be. Now, take that into social life too. Maybe you told a joke one time and your friends didn't find it funny, but you found it really funny. You're never gonna tell that joke again. You're gonna tell jokes that they find funny, and you're gonna find altercations of that joke to make them laugh again. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
weird.
you're gonna change the jokes you tell. that
Oh
don't
yeah,
suit
I mean
who
we
you
definitely
are. It
tell
suits your
different.
friendship.
Yeah, I was
I
saying
mean,
we
unless
tell
you tell
different
it to
jokes.
different people.
But
Like,
like,
damn it, my friends don't think that's funny, so I'm gonna go tell it to this other group.
no, all right, bro. You can't deny that you act different. Not all right. Not to the point like where you're a different human, but
That's just fake.
No, you act different.
No, it's not
I
fake.
act different when I talk to you guys than when I talk to my FIFA buddies. Like you just kind of adapt to like your situation. But I mean, I still have an idea of like. So what was your first thing? Like you don't know who you are technically.
You are, yeah.
But like, I'm trying to like see what you mean.
What
Like,
if you're just
like fully.
multi-personalities?
No, I
multi-
don't.
Okay.
Hey, well, I got a great point. Unless you have an even better point for that.
let me just add on.
All right, go ahead.
Let me just add on, because I hit this work and I hit the social, and now I'll hit personal. Like, personal wise, let's say, you're watching a TV show, or you're watching an advertisement. You're like, oh fuck, I want to go get that pair of shoes because they had it on. Is that really you, or is that, your perception of the person you look up to, and like, wow, he has those, so I want those. Is that really you? Or is that the influence?
Well, I mean, it's still technically me. I mean, like,
technically, yes. At the
Technically,
foundational level, yes, it is you.
So, I mean, like, I'm the one that makes the decisions on what I look up to. I'm the one that makes the decisions to act different. No one forces you. Your work technically does not force you to change who you are at work. Yeah, you make that decision in the end. Like, that's not them. I think I have a pretty good idea of like who I am, like what I stand for, like all that shit. I don't know.
I guess my point is that idea of who you are really derived from you, or is it derived from
like outside
social
influences?
Well, I mean, okay, there are. I mean, just like it goes into anything you make or anything, there are other things that all come in together as one. But I think the beginning of it was still me. I took in things that maybe I liked. Or maybe, like, I mean, there's also things that your parents like, but that also gets into, like, genes and whatnot. And, like hereditary stuff. But, I mean, like, overall, I think I made the decisions based on shit that I liked. I mean, there's things you try in life that you don't like, and you cut those shit out. And there's things you try in life that what you like. I understand you're coming from the thing that, like other stuff is influencing you, so is it technically you? I still think it's just me.
I can see that. I can see that argument. But
but what if that thing that you think is you, what if that was just given to you at the right time, and what if you were given something else that would change who you were completely?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would not be the same person I am today if I was born and raised in Singapore, or if I was born and raised in Russia. I mean, but does that really change, like, me? Like, I still think I'm me, and... but I'm not saying like me as in like stuff from like before I was born. I'm just trying to like I think you're putting too much on social influence and not enough into like critical decision making like on your own, like how you built your life and whatnot. Like I feel like that there's so much thought on your own that goes into it. I mean, who's the person you're with the most? Yourself. You're with yourself 24 hours a day. You have the most influence on yourself, on anyone. No one has more influence on your life than yourself.
But what are you influencing to yourself? What are you personally doing that's influencing yourself to do something? What are you doing as a person?
I am.
And if it's watching TV, you're not doing it. You're not, like, yeah, you're watching TV, but you're getting your influences from the TV.
But everything I watch on TV, I don't base my life off. Choice, yeah, I don't base my life off. Like I don't base my everyday life on how I do things. I don't walk the way I walk because LeBron James walked that way. I don't talk the way I talk because of someone I like talk that way.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
I mean, who do you think was an influence on the way I talk?
I don't know, but it had to be somebody.
Why?
Joe Dirt.
You didn't look at yourself and like, wow, now I'm going to talk like this because I influenced myself to talk like
Never
this.
told that joke again.
No, I mean, I think
but,
hey, I'm confused.
Can I bring up this point before I completely forget it? I mean, I just think it's weird.
That's weird right there.
Yeah, I'll let you guys talk, but I just think it's weird how, I'll be looking through my camera roll and I'm looking at old ass pictures of me, even like on Snapchat, like my memories, and I'll be looking at these old pictures of myself, and like sometimes I'll be thinking like, man, some of the decision I made at this point in time when this picture was taken, that shit was maybe not the best decision, but at that time when that picture was taken, that was me. That's who I was at that time, and then, fast forwarding to now, it's me, still me, myself, looking back on those pictures, who I was at that time, and thinking, man, the stuff that I was doing, the stupid shit I was doing, that was dumb, but that's still me.
Yeah, I think, all right, I never disagreed that your surroundings and everything go into how you do this and whatnot. But like I said before, I think the most of your influence comes from yourself. Bro, you're with yourself 24 hours a day. I can't express that enough.
I agree.
I would disagree. I would disagree.
I don't
I mean, I
understand.
agree the fact that you're with yourself most of the time. I disagree
I mean, yeah.
that you
Yeah.
influence yourself.
End of the day, you make the decision. No one makes any decisions for you. No one on earth makes any decision for you ever. Ever.
Yeah, but what drove you to make those decisions? I mean, not even like small decisions. Like, not even think, oh, what should I get, Canes or Lees? Like, let's talk about you have the decision to move across the country or something like that. Something big. The decision to join the military. You know, I mean, obviously, at the end of the day, yeah, I was the one that made the decision, you know, but also I had people, you know, family, friends, you know, all that influence to add up to my single decision to what I was going to do.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's 100%. I'm saying that you're putting too much. I'm saying that you guys think there's too much on the outside and there's not enough of you yourself making this decision. Like I think you guys are like holding back so much on what you're actually like you yourself is deciding these things. And like I know like people say stuff to you and like people push these ideas on you and they'll try and not even persuade, just to inform you on things, to like push you towards a decision or whatever it may be. But I think you're still leaving too much of a percentage of how much thought that you put into it alone by yourself in your room, no one around you. You laid in bed and thought about joining the military probably for like hours at a time. And I
was still influenced, even if I'm by myself.
Yeah,
and
it
thinking
doesn't
to
matter if you're
myself,
okay,
by yourself.
I know.
that influence doesn't go away.
I know. But I'm just saying the percentage wise. It does not have to be 100% one or 0% one. It can be a mixture of both. And like, okay, the influence coming into you also influences your decision on your own. But I'm saying that so you're saying that technically all of us, no matter what, if me, you, Jake, and Christian, all right, well, no, that didn't make any sense. I just named you as like someone completely random that wasn't even in this conversation. But if we were all raised in my household, played the same sports on the same teams growing up, had the same friends, but listen to the same shit, if we were literally conjoined, are we gonna grow up the same exact way?
Conjoined?
Not conjoined like fucking literally.
Okay.
I mean that we are literally going to be. I mean, are conjoined twins exactly the same?
I mean,
that's one thing. Wait a second. Okay, yeah, but do they think the same way?
I don't think so.
I mean, they probably went through some of like. I mean, they probably went through a lot of the same like influences, being that they literally were there together at all fucking seconds of the day.
Exactly, but I mean, there's still like people are different though. You know what I mean? No two people are the same, even though we have the same background.
So then,
if we were fucking conjoined.
The only way those two could be different.
The
only way those two could be different is if they have an idea of who they are and what makes them different from each other.
I think the thing that makes them different is their perception on influences.
Okay, so then they know who they are. They know that they have a different idea on this influence. That was made by them. The only way you can have a different perception on like something that you guys are both being fed the same exact thing is coming from you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think you're missing the point.
I think Gordon's just looking at it as like an actual literal, like, doesn't matter what you're getting influenced by, you're still gonna make the decision from those influences.
No, I understand. I understand that, and I understand that you're like, all right. Let me try and think of what you're trying to say. Like you're trying to say that like all of these influences, like you understand that you still make the decision at the end of the day, but you're saying that influence was like 100%. Like all those influences are like leading you to that exact decision. Not in that way though. The way I'm trying to say it isn't. I know what you're trying to say, but there's just something to me that like when I think about people that spend time together all the time, they become very, very similar. But I don't think they'll be one and two the same. And your perception on things is different because of who you are, not because of other influences. I don't really see that.
Bring it to the Canes and Lee's decision. Okay, like, does that define who you are if you pick Canes or Lee's? Is that a definition of yourself?
No. I don't really know. I mean, like, I mean, I just
No.
choose because one tastes better to me. Motherfuckers are born with different taste buds.
Okay, yeah. So is that who you are? Like, I like Lee's because who I am.
I'm fucking missing the point. I'm definitely missing the point here.
Yeah, I kind of am as well. I mean, yeah, I'm.
I want to bring it back to like, like Jake, if you were born as you, like yourself, but for some reason your family gave you at birth to my family, from day one, me and you sat in the same room, we did the same shit, blah, 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 did the same shit every day, bro. We literally, would we at 21 years old be the same?
No.
I mean, but why? If we got the same influence.
Because I
You perceived it differently because that's you.
But like, it's so hard to explain.
I mean, what makes you you is the influences around you.
Well, I think.
You know
Well, I mean, I would say not the influence around you, your perception of the influence around you and what you take in and what you like. But
like, okay, so when you're first born, like, it's say you take a kid and you raise him up till he's 15 and you add no influence in his life, kind of like the whole.
this kid's dying
No.
first off. But I'm not gonna be the one to say that because then that ruins the whole fucking thought experiment. If you're at home and you said the kid's dying, fuck you. First off,
This is like
open your mind and listen. Thank you. All right.
This is like the whole like civilization thing. You just put him in a box like a world, kind of like Hunger Games style, and just raise it. How's that kid gonna act influence wise? Like, is that gonna be completely him since he has no influence?
I see. Like,
But that's not no influence though. You're putting him in the box. That box or whatever the fuck Hunger Games shit. That's still influence on who he is. Because now he's fucking, I don't know, a hunter. He's hunting for food and shit. Like,
yeah.
That's still.
What if he's in like a white cushion room, sat there by himself? What happens?
Still an influence.
What do you think he does though? Wait, what's the
fucking go insane?
Yeah, what's the influence there?
I mean, the influence is that he's in a white box and he doesn't have a perception of anything outside of him.
Okay, so
And
but what? No, I'm trying to ask like who's the influencer?
Ooh, I
don't know who's influencing him to do anything, to make any decisions. I mean, a fucking
wall.
wall.
I'm fucking with that answer. Yeah, I guess in that specific situation, he would be the only one to be the one that's influenced. So he could only influence himself.
And if we are nothing without influences, that kid better fucking sit there and do fucking nothing. He better not even breathe. He better not even fucking breathe. I'm gonna be pissed if he breathes.
But okay, also,
I mean that situation's never gonna happen. So first off, that's not a good argument, really.
What the fuck is that? Like,
yeah, exactly. I think you're right in that very, very specific situation.
Soul situation.
But if you bring it out to like actual reality, I kind of disagree with what you say.
Well, I mean that's fair, but I don't know. It seems that I don't know. I like to think that I make my decisions based on. Bro, I could punch my monitor right now, and I don't know who would be the influencer of that, other than me. Who would be influencing that?
Well, let's say, first of all, okay, great point. You're gonna punch your monitor. What would make you think to punch your monitor, other than the fact you've known other people have punched their monitors?
What if I do something that no one's done before?
You can't.
What if like
wait, what? People have done things that no one's done before? How do things get invented?
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't know about
that. Yeah, I was.
Well, I mean, this.
Wow.
Bro, I could do some wild dance right now, like that doesn't even make sense, and no one's done it before, technically.
But like, what's gonna influence you to hate your monitor? Like, say you're playing Fortnite,
I mean,
and you punch your monitor, because you just died.
That's acting out of emotion, and I could see that. But
we could bring this in. We could bring this into free will. Ooh.
Yeah, like if you really want to get to it, like. You're pretty much saying we have free will, and I just totally
no. What? No, Jake, you just took my thing and threw it out the fucking ballpark. You know I don't believe in that shit.
Okay, then. I mean, then how is it yourself?
Okay, bro, I'm saying
if free will is not true, then there's no self. There's no. What do you mean? There's no.
I mean, what do you mean by self?
Like your decisions are made through your conscious, which are decided on past experiences. Past experiences and what's the other word for it? Like urges or drives to do. You know what I'm saying? Like your urge to go get a sandwich.
Oh, okay.
Your decisions are made. Your decisions are made on urges, past experiences, your environment.
Yeah,
there's no self. There's no self in that.
Yeah, and I understand all of that, but bro, like I feel like you're born with a bit of a sense, like your perception, how you perceive things was you from the get-go. It wasn't because of an influence from the get-go. Like I do feel that if me and you were put in the same room and we were raised the same way, like I was raised the same way, not I mean everyone's not raised the exact same way, but if two people were raised the exact same, they're still going to grow up to be different. They're going to perceive things differently, not because of someone's influence on them, just because that's just who the fuck they are.
Wait, you think they're like, but their ideologies would be different?
Like, what do you mean by
because
different?
that's what I think that's what Jake is saying. I think Jake is saying that he's just saying their ideologies and what they believe, not necessarily how they live.
I could be born into, like, I mean, people are born into Christian households and it's pushed on them all fucking 18 years of their life and they still turn out fucking atheist.
Okay, great. Now, what about the kid that doesn't steer away from it because he is so focused on, you know, this Christian life that his parents taught him, but maybe his real self doesn't believe in that, but he's grown up not to reject it because of his past experiences. Okay. Is he really himself?
Well, then that's just someone.
And let's say
that's a fake human. That's a fake human. That's different.
But you can't blame him though.
Huh?
Like maybe he genuinely feels this way.
No, then that's a weak human. That's literally a weak human. That's someone that doesn't want to go against the norm. That's just a weak human. I'm not talking about weak ass motherfuckers that are afraid to speak their mind because it's against the norm of even their own household. That's a weak ass guy.
Okay, so what if you took it to like an extreme?
Let's say this guy is, you know, there's nothing wrong with his life is perfect. You know, beautiful wife, great kids. Nothing's wrong with his life. He's like, okay, this is great. And, you know, Christianity has nothing. He doesn't view Christianity as a bad thing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's for it. Like, he's like, all right, it's cool. But what if he really, you know, deep down in his self, he's not Christian?
Okay.
Well, he just does it because it has no negative influences on his life.
I think then that dude's just a fucked up guy. Like, I don't.
What's fucked up about him?
I just think he's a fucking fake human. Like, that's someone that
basically he just doesn't care about it. That's
not caring and not believing. Like, there are some things that I don't care about that I'm not gonna go and change. Like, okay, I know littering's bad. I'm still gonna do it. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Like, but I know it's bad. But like, I mean, what does that? So
I mean, I think the only reason you're not caring is because you know the chances of you getting caught are not as high.
I don't care because, like, if I don't care, I don't think I'll get caught.
So
I don't think it's going to affect me.
What if you were born into a dictatorship?
Okay, that's kind of the point I was gonna go for, Mason. That's what I said. Like, if you take it to an extreme,
what are you supposed to do there? Like people that lived during the Stalin and Hitler days, like what were they supposed to do?
You saying like the people that fight against it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the people that fight against it, I think are strong and like actual like desirable humans. Like I think that is good, and I think those people are like fucking like all right, bro. I am like I like
desirable.
Well, no, I mean desirable is like as in like I have respect for people that speak out against the shit that is the norm if they don't truly like if they do not agree. I don't like, bro. If you're a follower of something you don't agree in, you're a bitch. Like I mean, there's been times that I've done that. I've done that. It makes me a bitch.
Yeah, okay. That's wrong.
All right, okay, so okay, listen. Let me bring this up. So I'm gonna take it to even like a further extreme. Let's rewind like thousands of years ago, or whatever, or like 1,000 years ago, and I don't know, in some tribes or whatever culture, I don't know, maybe Christianity, like during the Crusades or whatever, if you didn't believe in this shit, they're gonna kill you. They're just gonna kill you, and you're a 15-year-old boy, you have all these fucking knights and shit around you, ready to chop your fucking head off.
You're unarmed.
You yourself,
you have no defense.
Okay.
You don't want to be a part of it. You don't want to do it, but
Yeah.
you're forced to because you don't want to fucking die.
And then you're forced to not being
I
yourself.
value human life. I value my life.
Is he a bitch? Is he a bitch?
I mean, bitch.
Yeah, so yes.
So
yes.
listen. When I call someone a bitch, do you think I really mean like, oh, what a little bitch, like that he should be thrown off the earth? He's a bitch. Nah, bro. Like, listen.
Well, I mean,
value your own life over fucking everything, bro. If you gotta lie to stay alive, sometimes you gotta do that. It's not gonna.
Then you're not being true to yourself.
Yeah, then you're not being true to yourself, and plus, you're like, oh, I like people that stand up for believing. Whatever. Even then, when you stand up for what you believe in, Hitler, stop, whatever the fuck, you're still going against, the big government or whatever. They could still fucking throw you in jail. They could kill you. They could kill you, throw you in jail. Whatever. It's
think
still
about the world
thing.
without those people that go against that shit, though.
Yeah,
but you also could say
yeah.
it's shaped what we are today.
Huh? Wait. So what are you saying?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Bro,
I mean,
with
as
those
bad
people?
as they were, it is here today for a reason. I mean, world wars and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, what was the reason for the World War? I mean, I don't know if it really did us good or did us bad. We're never gonna know. That's
Definitely from just like 2020 hindsight. Yeah, of course, bad.
Yeah, but when I say things about like, bro, like staying true to yourself, bro, obviously whenever it comes to fucking, I value like a human life as the most important thing. So I mean, I will put valuing human life over staying true to yourself. Is that like a fucking crime?
Yeah, but then you're not true to yourself.
Okay, I'm putting it at number 2. Just because I put something as a second priority rather than first, I'm not staying true to myself anymore. What if staying true to myself means fucking staying alive? I mean, that might be the truest thing in your life is, bro, you want to live. You want to stay alive. Well, I mean, there are people that go through things that they don't want to be alive.
Okay.
But they could be martyrs. They could be martyrs for that shit.
Well, yeah, I'm saying, like, there are situations that are like, all right, fuck it, man. I don't want to be alive. I'm going to go and do this for a better cause, or maybe whatever they want to do to end their life. Those people are a bit different. Maybe they're just, I'm not talking about those kind of people.
I was just throwing it out there from a different perspective because what was the situation where you called him a bitch? What was that situation?
The little 15-year-old that.
No, the other one. No,
the Christianity guy, the guy that won't speak up against religion.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
so that's different, bro. You're not fearing for your own life because you say, you know what? Hey, I don't believe in God. No one's gonna be like, yeah, fuck this guy, man.
Okay. How about this? How about if the love of your love, like
then they ain't real love, bro. They ain't real love.
Okay, you didn't let me finish. The love of your family. What if that's very important to you? And Christianity, if you went to say, hey, I don't believe in this, my family might not love me as much.
Then that is not real love. That's not real love.
Yeah, but
it's not, but it still plays a factor regardless.
Yeah, what is the disadvantage of or what's the advantage of saying you don't believe in God if you literally, it doesn't fucking matter?
Okay, then you don't have to say it. That doesn't mean, I'm not saying everyone has to go out and say all these things. You can believe it deep down, but just because, but if you deep down believe that you do not believe in God and you go sit in church every Sunday with your Christian family and keep doing all these things and pray to God, I think that's a bit weird, and I think that you should not do that. And if you think weird. That if I go to my wife and I say, yo, honey, I don't believe in God, and she says, what the fuck, I'm taking the kids and leaving, then I'd be like, wow, that is fucking crazy that you can't understand that I have a different viewpoint than you. Then you just, that's not a healthy lifestyle. If you have to hide things because you believe differently.
Yeah, but I guess it goes back to what the family thinks. But what if you enjoy seeing your family smile on a Sunday morning? What if you enjoy that and you don't believe in God, but you don't care enough to say that because you enjoy seeing that smile on your family's face? And if you said otherwise, they would be like, Just you don't
then do
believe God,
it.
why are you here?
Then go. Fuck it.
Love.
I don't care. Stay true to yourself. Know deep down that you don't believe in that shit. But if it makes other people happy, bro, do it for a bit. Stay true to yourself though. Know your roots. Know exactly what you believe in. When it comes to the end of whenever it comes down to it, like he knows. That's all I care about. If he knows, it's fine. I don't care if you stay true to that. But I mean, if you're going to make someone happy, I don't find a crime in making others happy with that. But I do find an issue if it comes to like an argument type thing, like when you brought up the wife and like you being built on Christian values. I think if you are trying to build your kids on Christian values that you don't even believe in, that just seems like a recipe for fucking just weirdness, just straight weird. Like it doesn't make sense.
So, do you think, however you act, you should treat your children that way? Like, if someone believes in like God, should they force that on their kids, or like try to start taking them to church and stuff? Because like the way I think of it is like, what if like a guy believes in God and his family is real Christian, but like he really never cared about it. He's not gonna like, if he doesn't care about it that much, he's really not gonna venture out to kind of find a strategies against the topic.
Yeah.
So like, what do you say? He's just he's just living his life, doesn't really give a fuck about it.
I mean in a perfect world, everyone has two perfect parents where they give their kids the opportunities to do what they want, venture into things they want. I mean, that goes to everything. Like they should try out all the sports, they should try out all of this, they should try out all of this. But I mean, that's not always going to happen. I mean, it's not a perfect world. We have shitty parents, and there are parents out there that are going to force their values on kids, and that is fucked, and it will cloud their judgment. And I think it will like cloud their like perception on who they are when shit gets forced down their throat. But I'm trying to answer your question. I don't even really know how to. I mean, that was about as what I kind of believe on that. Like, I mean, you should give your kids options. You should never like. I mean, when they're fucking 7, if you want to go to church, they have to come to church with you. Like, I mean, maybe they. I mean, at that point, I don't know. I mean, you're not gonna go send them to daycare. Fuck that. But I mean, when they're 18, I shouldn't be like, yo, man, I shouldn't be going to get my son from his house. Like, yo, we're going to church. He's like, if he wants to go, he'll go.
All right, but what if the lack of interaction clouds the kid's judgment in an opposite way?
Lack of interaction? What do you mean? Like lack of interaction in his life? Like me pushing shit down his throat?
Yeah, like say the, Christian family, like, oh, be a Christian, whatever. Now let's say the fucking atheist family. What do you think about this? No response, just nothing. What is like the difference?
Well, I mean,
because there's still going to be influence on what their parents have done. That just brings it back to you're not truly yourself. You're just you're based off influences.
I do think that we are influenced to do a lot of what we do, but I do believe that there is a lot of me that goes into that. But all I know is we've been talking for fuck knows long. I don't even want to check. I just know it's been a long time. So if anyone would like to start to wrap up some shit, because we did have some nice conversation. In the end of the day, we're all going to come together and hug after all of this. A virtual hug in the Discord.
A virtual hug.
Because guess what? Conversation where people don't agree on things is fucking good. And it will make you think.
Conversation rule the nation.
Boom. Keep talking, people out there. If you don't agree with something,
fuck you.
Fuck you. That brings us to our fourth and final sponsor, Big Red. What is it? If you don't chew Big Red, then fuck you.
Fuck right. Right.
Right. If you guys want to say anything, go ahead now.
I don't know when do we plan on recording again? That's
bro.
Probably never.
Well, I'm just saying, just because we're shitty, okay?
Yeah.
We've taken so many goddamn breaks.
But deserved, bro.
People want to go on vacation.
We've been working hard.
Deserve breaks, working hard,
Been in the lab,
flexing
bro.
out here, but yeah, I don't know. I guess just keep shit updated on the Instagram.
Yeah, make sure you also check us out on the YouTube. That's what we've been posting a bit more too, so hopefully we'll keep doing with that. The Instagram seems to be like the main place to keep up, the .porch.podcast. Mason, do you have any fine things you want to say to these fucking dumbasses listening on the other side?
I don't really call them dumbasses.
Fucking imbeciles on the other line.
Imbeciles.
Yo, I got it
Imbeciles.
muted, bro. They can't hear me.
Oh, yeah,
they're muted,
yeah,
they're muted, they're muted.
Forgot. But yeah, I just wanted to shout out Big Red, of course.
Yeah, shout out.
Jake, Logan.
Fuck you.
Have a great day. Make sure to go outside and look at the moon.
Wow, that was
Don't look
gay.
at the moon.
Wow, have a great day.
That was...
I'd like to say, don't go outside. Don't look at the moon.
Go outside, look at the sun.
Okay. Go outside, look directly into the sun, you dumbasses. You're probably listening to this on Monday, maybe Tuesday, who knows. We'll probably try and get another podcast out by Thursday? We'll just say Thursday for now. the.porch.podcast on Instagram. And just make sure you guys fuck off.